The clans have gone into exile and the inner sphere has a moment of peace. All the boys locally are starting to get their forces together and expand on their current units and making new ones. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Trident Wargaming, a podcast dedicated to all aspects of tabletop wargaming. Your hosts are Bill and Andy.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Trident Wargaming. This is episode 39, My Home Planet, and I'm your host Bill, and I'm joined with my co-host Andy.
Yo.
And we're starting to rock out some more Battletech. We've got a lot of stuff on the go lately. I guess kicking things off, what's happening hobby-wise? Andy, what's going on?
Oh, again, a little bit of everything, really. Just on the plate, still some horse heresy, getting ready for tournament in January there.
Yeah.
As for Battletech, though, still continuously working on my Steiner and Wolf forces. I have a Lance and a Star left to do for them. So I'll have pretty much a full company and a trinary for each force. The decals came in, or Decals, however you want to say it. So that was cool. We had a big order, so
Yeah, it
a
was
whole bunch of fancy Decals.
Yeah, it's always nice. Always nice when you get goodies in the mail, especially if it's going to help you start, cranking out the last little bit of that sweet hobby progress. That little project that just needs to squeak over the finish line, and Decals are a good way for that, for sure.
Yeah, they give the mechs that extra little flair, and if you're a fan of the lore and whatnot, you'll recognize, oh, that's a Clan Wolf, Beta Galaxy.
Yeah. Stuff
like that, right? Yeah, they do really, really well with the decals they have, and they have a lot there. So, I know myself, I ended up getting just a whack load of them, anywhere from their Draconis Combine to House Merrick, and even the Wolf Dragoons as well. And the one I think I'm most excited for, though, and I know Bill will be excited for this one too, is the Federated Commonwealth Somerset Strikers.
Woohoo! There we go.
Got the decals for them. I know one of our community members there, he's already tugged at my shirt asking if I got any spares for him. So going to be doing that and building up Adam Steiner's forces, Somerset Strikers.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be groovy.
Yeah, that's always cool for sure.
Yeah. And how about yourself, Bill? What about you?
Well, many things as well, many pokers in the fire, but I guess I'll kick off with the recent. So yeah, I've been building up and gathering mechs for a force of the Clan Jade Falcon Invaders from Battletech cartoon to go against Andy's Somerset Strikers. So if you guys have been catching some of the pictures back a little while ago, I put pictures up of Nikolai Malthus, my version of the summoner, for him, and I was able to score another Mad Dog off of one of our friends. Thank you, Hell. And it's been pretty good, anyways, to get the new mechs. I got also Pytor, the Hunchback 2C from Andy. So, and the Mad Cat, which was nice. I got a pretty slick little star, kind of like classically you used to see in the cartoons. It had, Malthus, Christian Redmond, Pytor, and then the two, the standard two Mad Cat mechs kind of roaming around.
Mad Cats?
Yeah, just kind of hanging out.
And then you got your elementals too, so
it's true.
That's pretty cool.
It's
on
true.
Your bases and whatnot.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun actually to get that stuff kind of rocking. And then same. I've been tinkering a little bit here and there with some heresy stuff and Titanicus, but I also recently picked up the game of Armored Combat. So I was able to score a few more Inner Sphere mechs because I'm
Nice.
trying to make that sweet Merc unit, the Grey Death Legion. I'm basing my forces off like the 30-30 so I can rock some Succession War. And trying to use all the classic mechs from their squad. Actually, I ended up getting Grayson Death's Marauder from Andy as well.
Yeah, that was kind of pretty lucky.
Say
With
fate.
the fate, yeah. It was in the stars.
It was. That it was.
It was pretty neat because just recently, not too long ago, had the Wave 2, my Kickstarter came in. As you know, a few of you guys probably would know, but I had an unboxing for it, and luckily enough, I did get the legendary Mech Warriors pack, which came with the named characters like Natasha Kerensky, right? Carlisle there. And I also had ordered one of the booster packs for the legendary Mech Warriors, and it so happened to be Grey Death Legion there, the one that Bill wanted.
Yeah.
So it worked out good because I did tell Bill I'd grab him one. So it worked out awesome, and yeah, it was nice to be able to help him out with that. And, now he's got some Grey Death Legion to paint up and show their colors, and then show their metal on the battlefield.
That's right.
So that'll be awesome. You got your decals for it now too. So
yeah, I'm stoked.
Sweet part. So yeah, with I guess all these little kind of projects, because they're a lot of times they're like little side projects that we're doing, but they're really fun to do, and we're getting a lot of great feedback from the listeners and the watchers, you know, checking out our Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, and the hype is real.
Oh, it is.
Like, even here in the city, there's been so many players, so many guys jumping on board and trying to chase down and track down these sets, which they're quite rare right now.
They're the Dragon Balls of Battletech right now.
So, I mean, we just recently, this week, I think it was, or last week, some of the Wave 2 started to come out.
Yeah, it did.
So there was a clan pack and an Inner Sphere pack that came out, and various stores have gotten them at different times. So good to see. I think there was like a map pack, a desert map pack, and I think an initiative kit, which is for like missions and whatnot. So I definitely went and got snagged one of those to check it out because I haven't seen it before. So that'll be cool to talk about later down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with all these mechs coming in and all these little projects that we're doing, me and Bill have talked about it before, but we are planning, and we mentioned it here, we are planning to actually kind of go through the scenario book, the resource book for the Somerset Strikers of the cartoon, and play out those battles and have our own little kind of campaign for that, our own kind of battles and whatnot. Yeah. And I think I can't remember how many missions are in the book, but there's anywhere, I think, from like 6 to 8 or something like that.
Yeah, there's a good chunk in there to experiment with.
I mean, it follows the storyline, so it'll be pretty cool to play, you know, those iconic characters. Thing that's pretty cool is with these pilot cards that they came out with in the sets. I was actually going through them, and I actually found Adam Steiner, his mech, which is actually a little different than the cartoon, but they did put it into the cards in the new releases, which was pretty cool. So I was pretty excited about that. But yeah, that'll be great fun. We'll definitely get our mechs all done up and painted up, and take some pictures and maybe even little write-ups, you know.
Yeah, it'll port you guys back to being like between 10 and 12 years old. If you're my age anyways, yeah.
Yeah, and I love that shit.
Yeah, so good. So good.
Oh, yes. And then other than that, like, I know I have plans for like every other faction, you know, in the inner sphere. But one of my second clans that I wanted to do was Clan Steel Viper as well. So that'll be fun. And funny enough, they're, you know, they kind of fight against Jade Falcon as well. So it's perfect because Bill's a Jade Falcon fanatic, right? So,
yes, I am. I very much am.
Which is awesome. So, but yeah, just a lot of stuff like that going on, I guess. Expanding on our forces and...
Oh, before we get too quick and far, we recently did our 700 giveaway on
yes,
Instagram. Yeah, and it was pretty sweet. We did the thanks giveaway weekend. Well, it was our Thanksgiving on that weekend here in sweet Canada, Alberta. And it was awesome. We did the random draw on Monday, and the guy who ended up winning, he ended up wanting to do a Forge World gift card. So we got that fired off to him, Subodin Khan. He's got some awesome white scars on his page right now. We were peeking at. We'll have a link in the description so you can check out his army because it's beautifully done. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what goodies he gets from the store. So that should be pretty sweet to, you know, help another hobbyist expand their army.
So. And we're always so grateful for you guys actually, you know, checking us out and following and just supporting us in our little adventure of these podcasts and everything we do. Because initially we were doing this to pretty much give back and share to the communities out there. Yeah. You know, through our experiences and through just some of the stuff that we know and knowledge and tips and just overall just two guys having games, having fun, you know, trying out different systems. A couple of the systems are first time new systems, you know. But yeah, when we reach a kind of a milestone, we like to kind of give back to the community as well that is there supporting us. You know, so and like all this is just pure fun for us to do, and you know, we quite enjoy it. So again, thank you for following, listening, and checking us out.
Yep.
So
much appreciated.
And I'm pretty sure there'll be continuously be you know, giveaways like that periodically once we reach different milestones.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's the goal, right? You know, once we keep going, give back. And you know, I actually did get some really good feedback about giving an option. You know, letting people pick, you know, if they wanted Games Workshop, Warlord Games, or Forge World gift card. And, you know, as we continue to go, maybe we'll expand that too, right, with other stuff. As opportunities present themselves, I guess, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But yeah, no, congrats again on winning your gift card. Sorry to, cut you off there. I just wanted to get that in.
No, it's all good.
Expanding forces you were talking about.
Yeah, so just like with, you know, what we got and with all these new sets coming out, you know, I know you're hunting down for some of the Wave 1 stuff, like the Rifleman and the Warhammer. Fill out your Grey Death Legion.
Yeah, I am.
So
if you're listening and you're sitting on multiple Warhammers and Riflemen from the Catalyst box set, please let me know. And,
hit Bill up.
Hit me up. I'm looking for one of each. Gotta get that Grey Death Legion, you know. I'll have a full 3 lances ready to rock. Trinary.
Nice.
Gotta, you know, take the fight to the clans, guys.
Yeah, I haven't really decided to really go deep into a Merc unit, except for the Wolf Dragoons, just because they are kind of tied in with the Wolves. So like I have a 3D printed Annihilator and Natasha Kerensky's her Dashi there, all done up in the black and red. So I'll continue doing that, but who knows? might look at some other Merc units later down the road. But I've been getting this Merrick bug pretty much lately. I kind of want to paint some purple. So maybe add some lime green in there, like the Mech Warrior Online game and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But just like in the our community, there's, you know, it's awesome that everybody has like actually painted their miniatures and really have kind of picked certain factions, right? So we have a good spread. So yeah, for me, kind of expanding into Merrick and then just doing some research and like looking at what kind of mechs they use and which ones do I have that I can fill those roles. So that'll be fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then pretty much we have ideas for some community building and like events and possible leagues. Like one of our community members had mentioned a little while ago before we kind of got shut down again. But
yeah,
just leagues for guys to come and play and start, you know, learning or relearning or just jumping into the game again. That'll be pretty neat just to play.
it would be awesome.
But going like, you know, kind of going deeper than that, I've had some kind of ideas of like the campaign scene, right? Because Battletech, you know, playing the game and battling each other is pretty cool, but when you have kind of a story to it, or you have, you know, kind of a game master to it where it can make missions for you and like just bring some kind of story together for the guys who are playing. And I had some ideas of like having both sides, you know, clan and inner sphere, and maybe having them start at a certain era. So kind of right before the clan invasion, and have the inner sphere players kind of like lead up to the invasion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they can kind of battle each other still in the inner sphere, and at the same time, the clan players can actually battle each other through trials leading up to the invasion to see who's going to be in the invading corridor, right? And they can have those trials of combat to see where they get to invade or get to fight against, and then you would lead up into where inner sphere players and clan players would eventually start actually playing each other because of the invasions happening. You know what I mean? So, and then there's just a whole bunch of stuff, because I've been actually looking at the campaign operations book, and let me tell you, there is a lot of charts and a lot of detail in this book.
It goes deep.
It goes real deep down to like C-bills and whatnot. So I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm kind of taking an idea of it, of what maybe I can incorporate into campaign that might not be, you know, so overwhelming for the new players to come into, but still take parts of it and apply it so that it's fun, like really fun for players, right? Like maybe there's salvage, you know, maybe you do have to work with C-bills and stuff for certain costs. You know what I mean? There is like lists for generating your units and stuff if they're available. So like you have pilots, Mech Warrior pilots, or, you know, armored division tank crews, stuff like that you actually have to hire and pay out. So depending on where the players want to go with it and stuff, I think that would be pretty cool to kind of explore that option and era of gaming, because most games don't have really like a game master. You know what I mean?
It's true.
You know, like, you know, obviously D&D does, but a lot of the tabletop war games, it's, you know, opponent visits an opponent, whereas the beauty of Battletech is you can do this kind of storyline, you know, set up missions and this and that, and at the same time you can still incorporate kind of a campaign / league is, you know, environment where guys will play each other and not just play the same person over and over again. So
I know we had talked a little bit about even trying to maybe incorporate like a roster type system, so you can kind of keep track of your mechs and damage, and like that's when the invasion starts and you start actually playing these games and getting whittled down. You could actually follow through and, you know, move to your next game with your mechs as is. Come up with a way to do the repairs and get some rolls going so you can repair some of your mechs and rearm and back into it, right? Like, try and go to, I think the object of the game would be, yeah, try to really, you know, incorporate that fluff and push that level of detail where you're feeling super immersed, right? Like, we've even talked, you know, locally, just doing like trying to compete for blood names, getting that honor. It's that's what it's all about, you know, for the game. So
and that's the nice thing, that's where some of that can take, you know, effect. Like I was saying in the beginning here about, you know, if you had like Inner Sphere, you know, FedCom had just, you know, just assembled, right? And the clans are kind of, you know, issuing patrols and trials against each other in order to get blood names or in order to get positions where they're going to be in the first wave to attack, you know, the corridors against Steiner and Free Rational Hague Republic and Draconis Combine. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So even incorporating that, you can play the fluff a little, right? And throw that in there, and next thing you know, it makes it, players have kind of a feeling of like, you know, this is my character, this is my, you know, the ownership, right?
Absolutely.
Which is and seeing, that's what I remember when I first played Battletech. The gentleman that, you know, introduced me into it, that's pretty much what he did, and then I had to fight to see what mech I was going to pilot. And of course, it was, you know, Hunchback 2C I got, but yeah, second line. But doing stuff like that, that's where the fun kicks in. And that's where I think guys would really, really enjoy the game and really enjoy just the aspect of the storytelling, right? So there's lots of options. There's so many. I mean, I'm looking at this book and like, you can go as kind of like a military kind of government force, like one of the major houses or the clans. You can go as merc units, you know, you could go as pirates if you wanted. Not that I recommend pirates, but there's just tons of options, tons of storyline that you could play, and guys will paint up their mechs and
yeah.
You know, could even have your own custom merc group if you wanted, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, definitely like still a lot of planning. Like, this is definitely fledgling stages for this. But any of you guys listening, if you have ideas or if you've had experience with some successful campaigns, you know, in your past or even currently, let me know. Hit us up. You know, be cool to hear about it. Cool to see stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I even have ideas of like an actual updated active kind of star map, so you can see where forces are and they're fighting. You know, stuff like that. So, but it definitely will be mainly, you know, Battletech with the mechs, and then later down the road, you know, maybe introduced some of the VTOLs and tanks, and of course infantry. But no aerospace fighters yet. So
soon.
But
soon. I'll need them
but
for
the nice
my fireman drills.
There you go. But the nice thing about this too is like you can do this campaign setting, and like a campaign setting or a league setting, you can really incorporate it later down the road into where you have like, as we always want to plan and do, is like a games day setting. Yeah. So have it as like a mega event, right? Where like all the guys who are in the campaign and stuff, they're there, and this is like a big event that's going to affect certain things, or stuff in the campaign is going to affect the battles in that big event, you know? So definitely, man, I got so many ideas going through my head right now.
Well, it's true, right? There's just there's so much potential for trying to come up with this interesting, you know, immersive system. Allows for a lot of stuff. So, you know, trying to really make it interesting and appealing to, you know, majority of the players is definitely the key.
Oh, for sure it is. For sure it is. And like, you know, most guys, it's just playing games, right? Yeah. They want to play games. And it's just a side bonus of like, they just are entertained and they enjoy what somebody's going to put together. And like, our community is pretty good, really good. Most of the guys we know, but you know, like there's been a couple of new guys that have really been sharing stuff on the page and whatnot. So it's awesome. And I'm loving it, every minute of it. So next we'll have like some talks once we get some more experience with different equipment and whatnot. I think we'll have some more talks about just kind of, you know, your go-to weapons and what kind of mechs you like and stuff like that, right? So, but I think even right now we have our set kind of mechs and battle value anywhere from, I think it was like 6,000 to 8,000 battle value.
Yeah, that was kind of around the happy place.
Yeah. So, pretty decent. We've played multiple games in that, you know, varying battle values, and all with decent, you know, really good success. You definitely got to see, you know, where you can spend your battle value points and what's more effective, you know, piling skill, gunnery skill, right? That makes a big difference in the game. Of course, clan or sphere makes a difference in the game, but there's been a couple of matches where, yeah, I'm playing Air Sphere and I got all the big boys, so you know, gonna take on clan mechs, but they don't have as many as I do. So
it's true. It's true. But it has been good though. I know we're pretty excited about continuing on, especially as you mentioned earlier, like, you know, the local scene is healthy, more guys are jumping in, it's becoming quite nice. Like we need things just to quickly clear up so we can start rolling dice and getting these games ripping, because man,
yeah, it sucks not rolling dice.
Everyone's willing.
Yeah, and everybody's just hyped on so many games, but like Battletech has just exploded.
Yeah.
So, which is great. Definitely needed it. You know, even a couple of names, you know, Duncan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's jumped on it as well, which is pretty awesome. So exciting to see that for sure. Exciting to see all these Instagram pages pop up with just beautifully painted mechs and whatnot, these forces.
Oh yeah.
So.
Speaking of Duncan, that Kickstarter that he was doing for the Two Thin Coats paint line from Transatlantic Games, they ended up hitting their like $1 million milestone and updated a bunch of info if you were able to jump onto that. Yeah, everything's getting shipped out in January, so I was pretty stoked to hear that, because I ended up jumping in on top tier. I wanted everything. I wanted to try a whole new line of paints, right? And
nice.
The way they've been talking about going through them and the design process, everything's in dropper bottles. You're getting agitators for all your dropper bottles. You're getting just a bunch of technical stuff that they've been working on as it's kind of climbed. So I know they had kind of really cool blood effects and some other like little technical slimes and stuff come out as well, which has been pretty neat to receive all the info on. So I'm pretty pumped to check that out. I'm hoping for some new new little combos for painting.
Oh, for sure. Be interesting to see what they're like.
Yeah,
definitely. And who knows if local stores might carry it. Hopefully, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that could be a lot of fun experimenting with. I always like new lines, right? Like new paint lines and stuff that's definitely a lot of fun. So
I think Catalyst Games had released. I'm gonna say they released another book. Could be wrong, but I think it's the Ilclan Volume 19. I think that one just got released.
Really?
Yeah, they have. It's a PDF.
Yeah.
They have mechs and whatnot in it too, right? So that's what they've been doing is these recognition guides, Ilclan. They put them all out. They're up to 19 now, and
awesome.
There's a whole bunch of different variants of mechs in them, and that's where it's funny because a lot of the guys in our community would ask me, "Hey, do you have this sheet or do you have this sheet?" And I'll take a look, and it's usually in those books. So, so yeah, pretty neat. It looks, the cover of it, I'm not sure what that mech is, but it looks like a cross between a direwolf and like a Mad Cat 2 almost. It's just a big behemoth. But pretty neat that they continuously are dropping stuff like that. And then of course there's all the novels and stuff that they do. So lots and lots of material there for you. So, but yeah, just for us, really, just going with the basic Battletech, the mech manual or the Total Warfare. We kind of got cut short down a little bit there for trying missions.
Yeah,
because we were just doing straight up battles, right?
That's true.
So that'll be exciting to do as well. And again, like I said, in the future here in events, it'll be interesting to come up with missions and just objectives and stuff like that. Like, you got to get to the dropship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big thing, right? Like, yeah, you're right. It's been pretty much stand up and fight kind of modes, and adding a lot of pressure to actually move, right? And be a little active on the tabletop, I think will be a nice change, and hopefully you'll see a big spread of other mechs too, right?
Oh, for sure. And going with that, like talking about missions and scenarios, again, there's a whole bunch of resource books. Like, we're going to do the Somerset Strikers, but Battle of Takud, they came out with that booklet as well. That'll be interesting to try out, especially with our community, who we have a wide range of the clans.
It's true.
So a lot of good missions in there, and the maps are interesting. And I guess that's kind of a topic right there on its own. you know, the newer style maps that they've released.
Oh, with that neoprene kind of backing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sexy.
So, you know, those mats there, they're good because they're actually 2 sheets. You know, normally if you would be playing with sheets, double-sided, of course. So nice options there. I hope that they continue doing that and come out with a lot more of them and different ones.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, you can always get your own printed, but you know, don't take away from some of the paper map sheets as well. They have a lot of good ones in there too. A lot of different terrain and whatnot. I know the Battletech has a lot of interesting rivers and mountains and cliffs and just rough ground and stuff like that. So we'll have to try that out. But yeah, there's tons of them. Try them out. Check them out. I know we haven't yet, but it's coming. I know I was talking to you about that before, Bill.
Oh yeah.
So, and then there's just so much that we can explore in Battletech. It's amazing.
I know. I finished my book 2 for the Blood of Kerensky trilogy.
Nice.
Yeah, I just finished Blood Legacy, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't gone too far into the storyline there with Pride. All I know is he's kind of got his nose bloodied right now, so. But it's just the beginning of the story, so yeah. I got 3 books to read as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'll have to jump on that. Aiden Pride, pretty cool. So, but yeah, there's just going to be interesting times for Battletech for sure, and I'm hoping that we'll get a whole bunch of new players. I know Jason's been looking at the Ill Clan book a lot, which was just recently released as well. There's a lot of interesting things that happen in that book. Clan Wolf and Jade Falcon go at it again, like usual. You know, a lot of different mechs in that as well, and they definitely start looking a lot different. So, if you like that kind of, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's almost like
those bastardized mechs and
yeah,
how they look kind of weird.
Kind of maybe even Gundam like, I'm not even sure. But there's a lot of them in there.
Getting more Robotech-y.
Yeah. There's a lot in there, so if you like that kind of stuff, check it out. And there's a lot of story to it as well, so that'll be entertaining. But yeah, I guess going back to like gaming, I mean, if you want, we can kind of talk about you know, our forces and kind of the weaponry and stuff that we like.
Yeah, I can,
you know,
touch base on it a little bit. I know I've got a second clan in mind. It's Fire Mandrills that we kind of mentioned, and slowly trying to wait for the other Wave 2 boxes to drop for that stuff. Obviously, sticking Crusader. That's an obvious, right? It's kind of the way. Crusaders lead the way. All right, that's all I gotta say. But yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, I ended up scoring a Warhawk off of Andy just yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday. So yesterday. To add to my ranks, because I'm really trying to run the 3 stars or 3 lances for all the forces I play. I think if we're gonna do roster type campaigns or even big boy battles, I think having full range of mechs to be able to throw down on the tabletop is gonna going to be important. So the nice thing about picking Double Crusaders is, and I mentioned Andy a lot, is, you know, if I want to run some of each clan worth of mechs, right? Like if I want to take the Hunchback 2C, but I really want my Direwolf and a Warhawk, well, my Jade Falcons will have a Warhawk, but, you know, I can take my Fire Mandrills as they're all Crusaders and use them together in some joint operation slash, you know, clan task force, just for now, right? Until they can deal with the enemy and then dispense with some honor and get things going. So insert fluff reason here.
No, for sure. And that's the beauty of Battletech, right? Like there's nothing's written in stone for that. So
No.
you pick your models, you pick, you know, however you want to paint them and just go. So if you want some storyline or fluff, hey, all the power to you, right? So that's cool. That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
I know I'll have a variety of mechs. The other day I was I was actually playing some Mech Warrior 5 with Hal, and
yeah, it's been hot. You guys have been jumping on that for a bit.
Yeah, we've been playing as some Davian forces, and I keep looking at the paint job. And I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna start a force. So the blue, the white, and the red, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty neat. Some of the mechs look pretty cool. So, but and speaking of, like, you know, paint jobs and forces and whatnot, I've been seeing a lot of guys online and Instagram, and you see a lot of MWO 3D printed miniatures out there, and my God, like, they look sharp. They look really good, and the way guys are painting them up, it blows my mind. You know, they look really, really good. So it's nice that you can go that route if you're kind of jumping in and you can't get your hands on the official, you know, Catalyst mechs.
It's true.
You do have that option, 3D printing. So there's lots of stuff out there for it. Check Etsy, you know, eBay, all that stuff. Even a local guy, probably.
Well, even with 3D prints, right? I've seen a lot of guys starting to do some conversion work on their Catalyst mechs, but with a bunch of the 3D printed, like, upgrade bits. You know, guys are starting to make them more, a little more WYSIWYG. So if you're rocking a lot of SRM 6s or, you know, large lasers, PPCs, but no LRMs, like, guys are actually converting their mechs over and adding missile pods and stuff, and man, some of those look pretty sweet too. I'm kind of jealous. I like the look of it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I was actually looking at that for the Somerset Strikers, because, like, the mechs that come for Catalyst, like the Axeman himself, it's not the actual one that Adam Steiner uses. It doesn't have the big missile racks. It actually has an autocannon mounted on his shoulder. So I've been kind of looking for one, and one of the friends actually printed one out. It was a bit small, so he'll be a test run for a paint job. But they do have files out there, and I think what I'm going to do is I might just end up buying 3D printed mechs for that project.
Oh yeah. Right?
This way I can get, you know, the Axemen, I can get the Bushwhacker, you know, kind of proper to what he was equipped with. Same thing with the Mauler, and there's an awesome, get a Wolfhound Centaurian as well, right? Kind of try to grab all the mechs that they actually used in the show, and then paint them up like they have. So, and me being a big Battletech fan, I'll just have to look across the display case and look at all my
actual toys,
older figurines, and toys. So I'll check that out. But there's been some guys who've painted them up
Yeah.
already, and they look really awesome. So
Yeah, I'm excited to just set them up on the board, some terrain, take some pictures, try and reenact some of those some of the earlier book art that's out, and just have fun with it. I think everybody enjoys seeing that kind of nostalgic stuff. So
the thing that's going to be pretty cool about it is running the mechs that they actually used from that book.
Yeah.
And us as gamers, we're always looking to the units to see where we can maximize what weapons we have equipped or using, or range or damage, right? And now literally going into the book and okay, I'm using the Centaurian, and it has like 2 weapon systems on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fun challenge to play, because now it's like, well, no, I didn't go and buy that direwolf because I know it has so many large lasers on it and a gauze rifle or something like that, right? So, yeah, it's going to be super fun, stuff like that, and see how that all does.
You're supposed to take on a clan mech with one like AC5 and an SRM6. The hell?
3 small lasers. Uh-oh. So, but yeah, there's so many options. And it'll be fun. It'll be good. And then, like, there's a lot of scenario books out there, and that's just one of them. The other one that I do want to do with Bill, the old Falcon and Wolf rivalry.
Oh,
right? So there's a book for that too. And the thing too with Battletech is like these resource books and scenario books, like a lot of the stuff is actually older. It was released a long time ago. These are older books, but everything still works, So we just end up going through it, and if there's anything that needs to be adjusted, then you can do that, right? But from what I know is that it all still jives, it all still plays out the same, and yeah, it'll be fun. There's a lot of characters in that book. Go through that, play the missions, have a great old time.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, unfortunately, not being able to get any games in the last, almost month, pretty much, has kind of, put a little bit of a wrench into things, but just gives us time to get more painted, get more stuff built, just keep prepping, right? Keep prepping. I think that's been one of the big things for us, is to always, keep plugging away with our pledges and giving yourself realistic timelines to get everything done. And once you get to that point where it's finished, give yourself a pat on the back, and don't rest on your laurels. Just jump back in again and ready to roll, right? Like ready to roll.
Yeah, it's continuous. And the nice thing is I think, and we talked about this before, is come the end of the year, I think we'll have a nice little event for the viewers and listeners of kind of what we've been doing all year, kind of a review.
Yeah, definitely do a year in review to show everybody just the progress, just the different kits, the different game systems, all these different things we've been jumping into. That's been it's been a main driving force of the channel. It really has. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know a lot of fun and a lot of progression this year for the hobby in general, right? Probably the most I've gotten painted in
a
long time. So, the age of the Star League.
That's right.
So, but yeah, I think that might be about it for this episode.
Yeah.
So if you guys, if you have anything you guys want to share with us or questions about Battletech, even just pictures, you want to post stories, by all means. If you have campaigns or leagues or even resources for, what you guys have done, share it with us. We love seeing that stuff. It's awesome to see what you guys as the community have come up with as well, and sharing that info and whatnot is great, and it helps players out and just makes it fun for everybody, right? So definitely hit us up. Hopefully we'll have some more Battletech stuff for you guys coming down the road.
Yep.
I know I'm probably gonna whip up some other mechs, maybe a lance of something here and there, change it up a bit. So, yeah.
Beauty. Well, awesome, guys. Thanks for thanks for listening in on this round, and we'll definitely have some more Battletech action for you soon. Catch you later.